Hi, everybody.
Hey everyone.
Hello. Welcome back to TFT, Tarot for Today.
Divine Dabblings with
Oberon
and
and
me, Banshee.
Banshee.
If I'm a little disheveled, I am. It's Sunday, the last day of a long weekend
Yes, it's
for
been a
us.
long weekend.
And of course, it started off with us live streaming Thanksgiving evening. We're just so amazed how many people joined us. It was awesome.
Yeah, we really were thrilled.
Oh, beyond words, beyond words. Well, I see our little tree has made it in the picture. And let me just say this, not going to be a lot of holiday decorations in this house because, of course, we have cats. And if these were ornaments that hung on their own, they would not last the test of time.
Yes, we actually have two or maybe three legendary tales about what happened when we had other kinds of trees with other cats that we have owned over our many years.
And you can't see it right now, but Sonny is up in his cat tree staring and listening intently to these shaking bells here, because these are bells on this tree. So maybe this wasn't a good idea either to bring this one out.
Well, welcome to all the recent folks who've shown up,
Uh-huh.
including Esoterics. Hi.
I see ET Esoterics. Hey,
Hi, Brittany. Hi, Josephine.
I've got you all written down. I don't know how I did it. You guys are starting to challenge me here. But I'm going to give you the order and then we're going to make a couple of announcements, the decks we use, and all that kind of stuff. So, first in the chat room was Diane Christina, and then there was K Dash, Ave Maria, Smiling Soul, Masonic Elite, Mystic Dreamer, KC, Josephine, Brittany, and Esoterics. And now I see Eleni has joined us as well, so I will add her to the bottom of the list. Wow, and we're almost good to go here, but let's make some announcements, huh?
Okay, so what announcements shall we make?
We're going to be doing another Brexit video soon. If anybody's here from Britain or the European Union, we are going to be examining the Brexit issue before the big election in the UK. And as a matter of fact, I think that will be part of the questions we ask about the outcome of that election. We might do a little prognosticating there to test our skills, if nothing else.
Right, and we think that'll probably go up in the next day or two, so watch for that.
Oh, okay, Casey. Yep. All right. So you might be interested in checking those out. Those got so many views. It's
Yeah, we're
amazing.
really proud of that, or astonished, or a little bit
Uh,
of both.
yeah, for sure. So at any rate, moving on, I wanted to say that what's going on with you on? Oh, we also want to apologize. That's right. We had a technical difficulty this morning when we were setting up our new backgrounds and stuff for the stream. So it looked like we went live because we did inadvertently.
Yes, it was inadvertent, and we're just gonna blame our producer who was trying to help us with something. We've had a situation kind of with overreactive software. Some of the software seems to work better with a mouse than with a trackpad, and we had to make some adjustments along those lines. So we think it worked out. But that also resulted in my previous installment of Oberon's outlook on emotional exchanges.
Some technical stuff.
I had a technical problem, so I wasn't able to use my scene selection, and I ended up using the one that we use for the regular broadcast.
I think we're going to
So,
move this now, don't you
yeah, we
think?
could just move it over there
Uh,
or wherever you think is fine.
Well, out of the way for a while. That was nice. Our nice intro festive holiday screen, and that leads me to my announcement that those of you who join. Oh, before I go on, I did see you, Blah and BLAH and Vicky. I do have you on the list. Blah, you're first, and then Vicky. So we do have you added. Welcome. I did want to say that I will be for Facebook and Twitter posting. I met you guys so late in my life here. You have missed out being on my Christmas and Yule list for the year. So you've missed out on all the poems I've done for like the past 20 years that I send to people for Yule and Christmas greetings. So I will be putting those on Twitter and Facebook, some of the old ones. And of course on Yule and then on Christmas Day, I will debut my new ones.
They really are wonderful poems, especially the ones where she was kind of struggling
Gina.
for a line and I helped her with a line. Those ones are amongst the best.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Wait a minute. As you can see, we don't just compete with haiku, but there are a couple haiku in these greetings
Gina.
that I
Hi,
sent to
Masonic.
people in our cards, and also there might be some actual poems that you can put to music. I believe I have one to the tune of Jingle Bells and another one to the tune of Silent Night. So look forward to those on Twitter and Facebook. And if you don't join us there, it's a good opportunity to join us now and share in the fun.
Someone says you're a great poet.
Oh,
Thank you,
you so
Masonic.
much, Masonic. I appreciate that. I just enjoy doing it. That's all I can say. So, hey, why don't we talk about the decks we're going to
All right, so you first or me?
go ahead.
Okay, so let me get my cam going the right way. So I am going to be using the, oh, I just hid that paper. It's called the Nefertiri's Tarot, and it's a very nice tarot. It's one of the Los Scarables. It has this nice goldish
Yeah, it's very
gilt
beautiful.
thing there, and the backing looks like that. And there's another deck that's exactly like it, only without the gold gilt, and the name isn't coming to me at the moment. So it's a traditional, more or less, tarot card with basically Egyptian themes instead. And like many of the Los Scarables, it is coming with different languages because the Los Scarabo decks are very popular in Europe apparently and get around there. So they come in with German subtitles, Italian subtitles, French
Sure.
subtitles, as well as English. They are beautiful.
One of my
Thank you.
decks will have is a Los Scarabos.
So I'm going to use that, and I haven't used that a whole lot before, just a little bit for personal readings, but I do like some of them. Some of them look like they're antique looking, like they have some amount of wear, but it's not really that. It's just they're trying to reflect the way
They're beautiful.
they're beautiful.
They are.
But the stoneware.
They truly are.
All right.
So is that that's what you're using?
That's what I'm using. I'm going to also use this odd little deck. I hope I can say the name right. It's just called the 13
Oh, okay.
Tarot.
Am I familiar? Oh, I remember. It's kind of gothy, right?
It's very gothy.
It's
I
very
didn't bring
gothy.
it around Christmas time. Everything is in
goodness.
black and white and red. The backings are like that. And then there's no other color. That's Temperance. Looks like they have a flaming sword through the heart. Okay.
Hey, Smiling Soul. Mr. O has a little cold still, I'd say. You're feeling better today, Mr. O?
Yeah, I'm coughing a little bit here and there, but other than that, I don't feel too bad. So thanks for asking.
I've been hanging on. I've been okay. So far this season, thank goodness, because, flu is running rampant now, I hear. Okay, so
What do you
I'll
got?
talk about my decks real quickly. I am reading again with one I've read with before, the Animal Totem Tarot, which has beautiful animal imagery on them. I'll just throw up a 3 of wands there. And this is by Lisa Robertson, and it is a Llewellyn deck. Here's the 8 of wands, and of course it has a horse charging, which is really beautiful. And then the other deck I'm going to be using is a little bit different. I pulled out I don't know if people are familiar with it. It is a Los Scarabeo deck, and it's the Tarot of Reflections. And it's an interesting deck. Which one am I throwing out there? That is the 7 of Cups. It is an interesting deck because it talks about that every card and every aspect has a reflection, almost like, people. We have the light side, we have the shadow side. And so this is a deck often for deep reflection, but I'm going to use it to read for everybody today because I like the imagery on it, and I like to use and expose you guys to different kinds of decks. This came out in 2005 along with another deck I'm going to start using around Yule called the Tarot of Metamorphosis. But for now, I'm going to do this one and some of my standard decks finally, the last thing I have to show is the weird, wacky Lenormand I'm going to use today. And it's actually from Titania's, it's called Titania's Fortune Cards, which, well, Titania's Fortune Cards are really Lenormand symboled. I think that came out in 2000, the turn of the century here. And they're very, very day glow, and they're very, very to the point. Just the image of the card, not even the number, not even the playing card association. So here we have in the Lenormand the Rider card, number 1. So this is just a very down and dirty, and here is the book. Kind of psychedelic in a way, sort of deck we'll be using today.
And we have someone new
Hey,
for the list.
Butterfly, I see ya. I will definitely add you to the growing list, and we are going to get started. I think that's about it. So,
Yeah, we should get started then.
and if we have other announcements, we'll kind of intersperse them in between, because
Very
there's
good.
definitely going to be things going on and happening with us. Okay, as
Alrighty.
always, ready?
Ready?
Okay, so let me go. We have so many names on this list right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's almost a full house. We did 19 on Thursday, so maybe we can match that. I see Edric has come, so we will add Edric to the list too. And I will give the first 5 names on the list, and just know I have all your names today. I made sure I caught everyone.
These are first come, first served,
Yeah.
basically.
And so the first 5 people we'll be reading for is Diane Christina, you're first. So please give us your question. K Dash, Ave Maria, Smiling Soul, and Masonic Elite. So those are the first 5 on the list. And let's get the show on the road. And next steps towards you. Okay. Want to do one of your decks? Or
Sure.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
We'll let you
But
start.
you tell me how the reading works.
Oh, I will. So intentions and next steps. So that sounds like one of my readings here, actually. If I can get to it. I don't know why my love romance ones, I use those the most. Okay, we're going to do a little mixture of 2 of my readings. We're going to pull a card that's just the current situation, Khalid's attitude towards you, and where things are headed from there. And let's see what we get. Gosh, I can't.
And I dropped a card, but I'd rather wait until after the reading to, because it sort of almost answers the question just like it is. So I'd rather wait until the very end of the reading and reveal what that card was.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll see. It's kind of cute.
Oh, you're using the shiny deck. I think this one's very nice.
I like it. I do like
And
it.
I love the Egyptian symbology on it. Not all Egyptian decks appeal to me, but I do like some, and this is one of them.
Yes, I agree with you. Some are almost too plain, basically. Okay, go ahead and
I'm gonna
cut.
cut. All right. Okay.
And so the first card is,
The current situation.
and it's the Two of Swords.
Wow, there seems like a stalemate right now, and maybe not a lot of movement going on. That things are kind of I don't know, a tense balance of sorts. Not sure which way things are going to go here.
Maybe Khalid doesn't exactly know what his intentions are either. Maybe he's a little bit undecided. There's some quality about indecisiveness or not really understanding their direction that could be there.
Okay, and the second card is Khalid's intentions.
And that's the Eight of Swords.
There's movement.
And the Eight of Swords...
Well, no, there's no movement.
No, it sort of signifies that maybe he doesn't have the ability to have intentions right now, that maybe there's conditions upon Khalid at this moment. There's something that sort of is restricting some sense of his movement or what it is he wishes to do. Swords do represent our ambitions and our goals, And the Eight of Swords, those sort of senses that there's a restriction on that. So maybe they have other things going on that keep them from that.
There is something holding Khalid in check. I'm not sure what it is. It's hard for me to say. There's two sword influences here. Maybe has a very difficult time communicating what he really feels too is a possibility.
And maybe there are some other struggle-ish situations in their life right now
There
too,
is a struggle.
where it's not like it could be about personal ambition. It could be about personal obstacles that are in their life right now. Whatever those might be, they're not necessarily the worst case scenarios. You know, they just could be things that are struggles to deal with. So the final card
Yes.
represents what?
The final is where things are headed.
Okay, and we have the
Wow.
Ace of Wands.
That's not bad.
So
That's
where
certainly-
things are heading is that it does look like there's a sure footing for a developing friendship or relationship. I'm not saying it won't go to some other level, but it looks like in the future, maybe some situations resolve or they're able to put their intentions forward as getting to know you better as a friend and maybe working with you on other levels as well.
There is something new here. There is some growth. There is something positive. There seems to be for sure a mutual respect or a respect being returned in some way.
Okay.
And I feel that it could be on a very positive, growthful path. Maybe it's something that still needs some time to develop. But being that it's the ace, I don't think it's very long.
It's a good sign for future growth. It may be that it just needs to get past this next season. You know, this season's such a busy season in certain ways. And what do you have there?
Well, this is really interesting because it's an interesting combination. It's kind of powerful for sure because you've got the heart there, which of course is like a romantic relationship of some sort or, some deep love. And the other is the bear, which the bear is kind of a card of, I don't know, almost a little bit of a power card, very powerful love being felt here from some angle, some way, and oftentimes it's from the woman, from the woman in the relationship, because it's a feminine card. I look at it that way anyway.
I'm getting the feeling that there's a strong mother-like presence
mama
in your
bear.
life. Maybe this is your physical mom. Maybe it is somebody else who is kind of like your surrogate mama sorts or your spiritual mom. And they open that up to you to, deal with these things, these heartfelt matters in the way that they may prescribe. It just could be that it's a matter of having some faith and working towards where that growth ends up happening.
I've added you, Alex. You're on the list. Okay. So I think this is very, all the way around, this is fairly positive for growth if that's what you're looking for here, Diane. There's things moving in the right direction, absolutely. The intentions seem to be maybe a little bit unclear right now, but I think there is definite potential for growth between the two of you.
All right.
And that's what we have. You're very welcome. And hey,
You are
Kay
welcome.
Dash, you are next. So give us your question and we will move forward.
We'll stick with my deck again.
Okay, for now.
Seems to have a nice energy.
It does.
And we didn't turn a lot of reverse cards, did we?
No. Kay Dash. Just checking in. Are you writing your question? I hope so. We'll give you a couple minutes here.
So in this neck of the woods, Eastern Standard Time, it's around 2 in the afternoon, 2:20. And I had my lunch before the show about an hour ago. And I had a salad with some spicy Italian beans added to it. So if I look like I'm having little burps
dear.
or hiccups, that could be what it is. Yeah, our list is really getting fast here. So My goodness.
It's growing fast, absolutely. So we're going to keep rolling. So one more time, K-Dash.
Yeah, this is
just
kind of
checking
it.
with you because we have to move on.
If you do show up after you're called, when you show up again, we'll put you at the end of that list wherever it is.
Yep,
So.
I'll give you just a couple more moments, Kay.
And we appreciate we're all busy. It's a Sunday afternoon. I know a service-oriented co-worker of mine who says, I can only give excellent service to the person in front of me. And that just means that hopefully, we're worth waiting for.
Well, boy, the way everybody hung in on Thanksgiving, because I sort of thought we did go blah, blah a little bit, but we do want to spend our time with you when we feel it's necessary. Some things are a little bit more cut and dry than others, some questions. So we do recognize that. All right, going once, K-Dash. Going twice. Jump in now.
So, Moda B.
All right, we have
Who's
to
next?
move forward. And so, Ave Maria, are you with us? You are next.
Tell your 90-year-old
Oh my
grandparents to
goodness,
subscribe
that's
to our YouTube channel.
That's awesome. I feel like I've been reading for 90 years, but no.
Unless they don't like cats, if cats horrify them for some reason.
Well,
maybe,
or tarot cards for that matter.
What?
Not everybody
Not
comes from
possible.
families of readers like I did. So
That's true. And when I was a lot younger, I used to read for members of my family, and
that's right.
then something changed, and they didn't want me to read. But recently, my mom asked me again, and I just didn't happen to have my cards with me.
Okay,
so.
I have to ask for Ave Maria again. Do you have a question? Your turn has come up. We will move on if we must.
See, it either pays or doesn't pay to be the first.
I know that some people hop around, from site to site, and it's problematic if we have a nice big list going because you lose your place and you take your chances. It's like a gamble. And I am a gambler, so I should know.
So I'm just doing this for myself.
Okay. Ave
Oh,
Maria?
by the way, at the end of that reading was the Four of Cups reversed.
Oh, you forgot.
That was the card that fell.
Diane still
that was
there?
for Diane's
Diana.
reading, if you're still around. It was the Four of Cups reversed, and only I saw that. And to me, I felt like that, told me that maybe some of the intention has to come from your end rather than from their end, at least at this time. That's all I really felt there. So I just thought, per your question, it kind of went there.
What do I gamble on? What don't I gamble on, Khalil? Khalil, I'm sorry. I should call you Casey so I don't mess up your name. But at any rate, I'm a lottery player of sorts. And as a matter of fact, just a little hint, that's going to come up from time to time. Oh, there you are, Kay.
Let's do it.
We'll do you because we seem to have lost Ave Maria. So we'll do yours now. But the audition dates are January 22nd. Which should I go to? All right, well, we'll try that for you, Kay, and we'll see. I don't know if it might have affected the outcome somewhat, so let's take a look at what we find today. And with the tarot, we might get totally different perspective on the whole situation.
So is this the
So
two
there's
then
dates
pulling the one?
January 8th or January 22nd. So I think we should pull one for each date.
Right. It's kind of like what we did before,
Yeah, and
wasn't
I'll
it?
pull Lenormand for each of those. That seems to make sense to me. All right, Kay, we will do that one for you. You almost lost your place here, but Ave Maria did not show when we called her, so we will go ahead. Hope everybody doesn't mind, because it's still sort of in the sequence here. Okay. Okay, we will check it, Kay.
The first one is January 8th.
Yes.
And we have a Six of Wands reversed.
Okay. We'll put the other one out, too. Let's see what the 22nd is.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa. Well, what would you pick? We got some heady cards for you this time around.
Okay, for the first date of January 8th, I have this Six of Wands reversed.
That's kind of like a victory that maybe will not turn out as good as you had planned. It could also mean that there could be delays or even cancellations possible with this particular event. Something goes amiss.
More or less like that. I get the feeling like it's just not much of a success. It's a little bit of a success, but it's not much of a success. But yeah, we're seeing your question. We are seeing your question, K Dash.
You said which one should you go to and what's the outcome? This one's for the first date that you said January 8th, and now January 22nd is the Ten of Swords.
And this looks bad for January 22nd. This looks like probably this one would definitely be the lesser date to work out for you. And that would be January 22nd.
Right. So I'm going to pull some Lenormand to see here. This Ten of Swords is not a happy card. It's almost as if you feel like you have to deal with a lot of, I don't know if I want to say unscrupulous people, but maybe people who have their own interests over yours. They may use you in some way. We seem to have some communication snafu here, but I'm going to pull out some Lenormand cards to see what we get. Wow. Okay. So basically, I'm looking at this, and all things considered, I think I would go with the first date over the second date now. I'm not sure how this matches up with the other time we've done the reading, but for the first date, even though there seems to be some setbacks and concerns, you have somebody who could be an ally. You have the dog, and then you have the tree, which means, you know, this job seems to have more standing with you, or this audition, you feel like you would be stronger at this particular position, and then maybe you have allies who could help you here. This second one, well, I just drew the coffin and the cross, which to me indicates some serious difficulties with this particular, plus you have the Ten of Swords with this one too. So I don't know how this matches up with how we did it for you before, but I would say you should go with the earlier date, the January 6th date.
There seems to be significant problems with the latter date of January 22nd. I'm not really sure, but it sounds to me like maybe there's just literally some sort of double cross or some sort of reversal of fortune with that. With the other one, I sort of see the possibility that there's some ally or friend you would gain with the January 8th date. Maybe there's somebody there who you will discover is actually favorable to you or presents some situation of growth.
And to me, being that it's a tree with long roots, you know, this friendship or partnership could have maybe longer term implications as well. And that's what we have for you. And if you really didn't get it, maybe check out our live stream video once it's posted. You know, it'll be in the beginning. It'll be in the first half hour towards the mid to end of the half hour. And we'll see, you know, you can take it from there, okay? Because we have to move on. And hopefully you got something out of that. I'm going to ask one more time for Ave Maria if you are here. This is your time, and I am going to move right on if you do not answer soon, because we tried to connect with you earlier.
And you should switch to your cards now. We'll switch.
Yes, okay. I'm going to use the animal one first.
Alrighty then.
One more time for Ave Maria. Even just say yes, you're here, so we know. So if you don't want to be reading, we will move on.
And I'll briefly remind people that in general, we are here Sundays, Eastern Standard Time from 2 to 4 p.m. And then on Thursday evenings from 7 to 9 p.m.
I'm just cutting them.
We
too.
do have occasional other features. For example, my emotional exchanges outlook for the week. Those usually post as a special video on Friday mornings. And we're going to have some new content too. We're going to be doing some new things in the new year, and some of that will be on the subscriber video page at YouTube.
Soon, we promise. I think we took a little bit too much downtime this weekend to get through some of the projects we wanted to do, but it's all good. We will get there. Okay, Ave Maria has not shown, so I am moving on to Smiling Soul, and I am going to give the order again from here, the next 5 on our list. Smiling Soul, Masonic Elite, Mystic Dreamer, KC, Josephine. And that's the next 5. And don't worry, everybody else, you are on the list, and we will get to you.
All right.
I'm not sure we'll get to many others because that's a pretty full list, but we'll just see how it goes. The next 4 months look. Well, you know what? Just for you, and because we can do it quickly, we'll draw a card for each of the months. How about that?
Sounds
do that
good.
for you. Gee, I think Smiling Soul might be one of the ones who's been here the longest with us, too, on our live streams.
But
we appreciate all of you, and thank you all.
there's no reward for that. But we love you. We love you being there for us.
We do our best to give you good readings, Smiling Soul. He is wrong. There are rewards.
Well, that is, of course, a reward.
And you are always in our thoughts for what that's worth. Oh, hey, Mimi.
Hi,
We'll
Mimi.
add you onto our large list. It is long, I just caution you. Voices of Healing is here as well. I can add you to our reading list, but I'm not sure. It's going to get dicey if we can get you in. I may have to actually cut it off with Voices of Healing today because we have so many people here. Okay.
All right. The next 4 months.
The next 4 months for Smiling Soul. Wow. A little bit of ups and downs, but that's life, isn't it, Smiling Soul? The first card for December, which has just begun, is the Devil card reversed, which you want that. You want it reversed. It's saying you're being able to overcome a lot of obstacles and maybe damaging self-criticisms or maybe habits and things, you know, of your own that have been holding you back. I think that this is conquering some things that have been a real liability to you and being able to move forward now with freedom.
I do feel that with the holidays, you're going to sort of look at those qualities in different lights, because to some degree, this card is making you slow down a little bit so that you can be reflective of what these changes are. And yet at the same time, you're sort of feeling like you want to move with the holiday spirit and with the activity that's going on. But don't overlook the opportunities for that self-reflection, because that's where change happens from too.
Yes. And so next month is the January is the Eight of Swords reversed.
Thank you for that message, Smiling Soul.
The Eight of Swords reversed indicates that in January there's going to be you're going to feel a lot more mobile. You might be making a move of some sorts, maybe a little bit baby steps, but you will definitely be moving out and about. Could be a physical move looming.
It's kind of, to me, like you're finding yourself freed from some restrictions.
Yeah.
That what this looks like is that certain things that have been sort of slowing you down or stopping your movement or getting in your way, some of that's going to lessen for you, and you just have to be careful that you make wise choices, you know, basically, because sometimes we get a little bit of freedom and we decide we can do everything, and it's not always true. So.
And in February, what a nice card to get. Look, it's the Ace of Cups. the beginning of joy and happiness and possibly new love. Very, very nice time for beginning of a romance or beginning of a nice friendship.
Well, it could be anything that begins that is really going to be
Emotional.
heartfelt and uplifting. So, just moving into surroundings that you appreciate, or just having a job somewhere new, or knowing a new circle of friends, or being involved in any new endeavors that really make you feel happy. This is what this card signifies. So, it's very strong information there.
Oh, hey, entity of light. Welcome to the stream. I've added you to our list, but I think we may not get to you today because we have quite a number of readings ahead of you. But feel free to join the stream and chat with the folks here as well. And if we can get to you, we will. Okay. So basically, the final card, which is okay, so it's December, January, February, March. For March, there's the Ace of Pentacles, but it's reversed. That's why I'm saying a little bit of up and down, smiling soul. You got to hang on to your resources. There could be something costing you a little bit of money in March. A little bit of unexpected expenditures.
It's interesting that you have the two aces, because this one, to me, just sort of looks like there's a slowdown with your ability to mobilize some resources for things you want. If you're trying to start a new project and you need some money to get things going, you're saving for a new car, you're doing whatever it is monetarily, it's going to have a little bit of a slowdown effect there.
Well, I think this period is going to be one for you. This is actually not a great picture, but it is a bouquet of flowers. And then we have the star. And so basically, to me, this is a period of, some hope, a very hopeful time for you where you feel like, you can count your blessings. I think the bouquet is about blessings and gifts. And so combine that with the star. I think there's a lot of hope out there for you, and maybe some things that happen in your life that seem like gifts from spirit.
Some of the things that are going are just really kind of the normal ups and downs kind of stuff. So you just have to weather that a little bit. I think Banshee's right, though. There is basically more of a hopeful outlook than not. Some good things happening there. And just, you might have to consider making some cuts financially to make some of the things you want happen. But you'll have to work at it.
But overall, with the sun, with the star in the bouquet, it's a really definitely about a good period for you. I think you're going to have a lot of optimism and reasons to be optimistic. So don't let a little financial downturn, or whatever it is, bring you down. I think you can get through that. Okay, Smiling Soul, we're on Masonic Elite, and I see Vera's joined us. Welcome, Vera. We have a huge list today. It's huge. And so we're not sure we'll be able to get to you, but I have put you at the end of the list. Somebody else as well? Oh, Masonic is there. Okay.
No, above that, somebody returned.
Ave. Well, Ave, we had to put you at the end of the list. I'm sorry. That's kind of our policy now. So you are back, but I have put you at the end of the list if you can stay. If not, we'll try to catch you another time. So, Masonic, will it work out if my nephew is... Girlfriend's want to move in with me and my daughter. Okay.
So it sounds like there's a hotel going on here.
Oh dear. Well, will it work out? Well, I think that's a standard yes/no question, and let's see what the Lenormand will add to that as well. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle. Do you want to shuffle first this time? I'll cut for you.
Sure. And I'm sorry if that was a little bit, rudish or ill-mannered. We would always help our children out if we had to, too.
Oh, absolutely. First, I didn't know what you were talking about, but maybe I missed some of your rudeness.
I made an allusion to a hotel.
Oh, well, it does get rough sometimes when, we've had living arrangements where we've had to have people in, and sometimes some people take advantage. Oh, whose turn is it now? Well, it's Masonic Elite's turn. And we actually are 2 people behind where you were on the list, Ave. And I gave plenty of time, so unfortunately, we have to move on. We have, gosh, we have over 20 people now total. So I do apologize for that. We understand people can't stay the whole time, but, you know, if you're gone at that key moment, we have to be fair and move on. All right. I'm going to cut for you.
People and animals always show up. So this is going to be a yes or no.
Always show up.
Will this work out?
Well, let's see if it works out for you. We'll see what you might be facing here. They're slippery cards, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
I like these cards because there's no border on them. I mean, borders are okay on the cards, they're great, but most of these they all have no border. They're borderless, which means the art extends through the whole card, which I kind of like. Okay, well, let me put it to you this way, Masonic. It's leaning towards no, but the reasons why are you've got the 8 of Swords upright and the Page of Pentacles upright. Well, I hope at least maybe there's some financial benefits to this. In other words, that maybe, you know, you will be able to share some expenses or something, because that's kind of what I'm getting from the Page of Pentacles, which could help. But you're going to feel restricted in a lot of ways, like this is going to rain on your parade a little bit. What do you say, Mr. O?
Well, that's exactly what I'm seeing. And you're talking about a nephew and their attached assembly. And I don't see it as being really a good thing for you. I don't see it as working out. And we don't define what, you know, working out is exactly.
I don't think it's financially, but I do think it's with other things. You know, there's either going to be more stress, more
You know, when you share a living space, you share a lot of things, you know.
accommodate them is
right.
problematic. Yeah.
Yeah, those were some of my not fondest times when I had to share situations. And, you know, but yet, on the other hand, we all grow up, you know, sharing with siblings or sometimes with other extended family.
So there is going to be some stresses. There's no doubt about that. And I think it's really, to me, it seems like on the freedoms that you have and you're used to, it's just going to rain on your parade a little bit is just the best way I can describe that. I don't think it's going to be the hugest of financial, material burdens for you because you have the Page of Pentacles here.
Okay, Elaine's asking where their place in line is, and they've thrown their question out now. I'm not sure if Elaine's
you're
really...
still a ways off, but let me, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're 6 people away still, Elaine. You are the 6th one after.
The only other... Okay, we're drawing 2 more cards for you, Masonic.
Yes, I have the... Well, this is very interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I've got another thing that's about resources in a way, the fish, but it can mean other things. And then I have the snake, which has lots of meanings. Like there could be some, I don't know, sneaky underhandedness going on with this whole situation. But the fish is kind of indicating to me that, you know, you're going to have to go with the flow a little bit here. And you know how the snake slithers around? Well, I hate to say it, I almost think this is metaphoric for, you know, the situation you're going to have, is that you're going to have to learn to go with the flow a lot here. You're not going to be able, and if you know, to get your own me time in and stuff like that, you're going to have to kind of be sneaky about it. You're going to have to try to be sneaky to ensure that, you know, you still are doing the things that you like to do and getting in, you know, getting your fair share of things, I guess.
I just feel that I agree with that, and I just feel that the Page of Pentacles shows that you're going to be driven to persevere a lot in this matter, and you need to hold your own ground. And I sort of feel that maybe that's what The overall reading is hold your ground as much as you can, but I wouldn't expect a great thing to happen with this.
Yeah. So hang in there. That's all I can say. It may not be the worst thing in the world, and hopefully, maybe it's not going to be long term. Okay. So, Mystic Dreamer, you are up, and then I'll give the next 5 people after Mystic Dreamer. So, Mystic Dreamer, and then we have KC, Josephine, Brittany, Esoterics, and Eleni. Okay, intentions and next steps. Oh, and you're throwing in Joanna? How will I do that? Okay, I think we can do this. We're going to do 2 cards, 2 cards. And I'll let you know as we go. Well, I want to thank everybody again for their patience and at least keeping up the chat. Sometimes we can chime in, other times we can't. So I hope you understand that. Obviously, maybe someday we'll be adding more time to our streams, but you have to shuffle. But not right yet. It's just not the right time yet for us to do that. But we will be providing more content and videos. And by the way, when we premiere videos now, like his emotional one, you know, the chats are always open in there. So we aren't live when the video presentations come out, but I guess people can chat through them if they want to.
It's that brave new world.
Okay, so what I did here with your question, let me find it again, Mystic Dreamer. The first 2 cards I pulled about Rebecca's intentions and next steps. I have the 6 of Swords reversed, which the 6 of Swords reversed is kind of nothing happening, right? But except for this, there is
Movement
the page
blocked.
Yeah, movement blocked. But where things are headed is maybe that's about to change because it's the Page of Cups upright.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's talk about Joanne first here real quickly. It looks as though there's no...
The first person's Rebecca.
Oh, Rebecca. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Sorry, this is Rebecca. So basically, intentions right now is to kind of stand still, stand ground, not do anything at the moment. But where things are headed is some news or something is going to happen or develop because of the Page of Cups upright. I do think that this is probably more future telling. It may take some time before that happens. So hang in there, but it does seem like something could happen that is more positive in an emotional level. And with the other person, Joanne, you wanted to know about... let me go back here. Sorry about that.
I'm having fun with Kel.
Rebecca, okay, next steps. And Joanna, have feelings for you. Okay, about Joanna's feelings, I don't know. Maybe Joanna feels a little bit overwhelmed by you. This is the 3 of Cups reversed, as if maybe you're just a little bit too much for them to handle. Does that make sense?
Sometimes I feel that is a card of excess or over jubilation of some sort. I'm not sure what over jubilation is, but I sort of feel that with the 3 of Cups, there could be the idea there that they're more of a calmer person, and maybe your energy strikes them as more vital in movement, and they like quieter.
And and I was the next Joanna feelings and just what an outcome would be with this. Well, I'm not really. You've got the 4 of Pentacles reversed. And I almost think the 4 of Pentacles reversed is kind of giving up or letting something go. So I'm not sure if this is telling me you need to maybe let go of the idea of Joanna. What do you think about that?
It could be, or maybe it indicates that Joanna themselves is letting go.
Is letting go. And maybe not thinking towards you. That makes sense. That's what I have. Let me throw a couple Lenormand on that. And I'm just going to throw one in general. I want to see what comes out here and see if I pick up who this might be talking about. Well, I think this might be a general type thing here. We have the star and we have the key. And so I think the key to unlocking this dilemma to me is to go with the one that you feel, the most inspired by and, you have the most hope and optimism towards.
Per your last comment, the Three of Cups reverse could, in fact, mean something like that. It could be about an excessive, personality with that respect. Now, you're saying these cards are what? Just about that person?
Well, I think it's reflective about just the two in general is that, if you're wondering about the intentions of each or if you should consider some type of relationship with each, I would say that you should go with the one. The key is kind of like what's critical here, what you think about the most. And then we've got the star, which is of hopes and dreams. Is I think you should go with the person who gives you the most inspiration and motivation and inspires you the most and gives you the most hope.
Well, and I feel like the key unlocks things. So
Yeah.
the key is a way of finding out something. So where you can find out the most is probably where you will be led.
Yeah. And that's what we have for you.
Alrighty.
I hope that helped. And now we are on KC. Hey, KC. What was Oberon doing with you in the chat room? I haven't paid attention.
Well, he said that we were the only habitual TV show that he watched. And I said, now a
dear.
word from our sponsor, and tried to hawk my genuine, patented Karma and Aura polish.
Oh, no.
You're welcome, Mystic Dreamer.
You're welcome, Mystic Dreamer. Hey, KC, got a question for us?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, how awesome.
You are a man of secrets. I had no idea you were going to Italy.
Okay, give me a general read of what's coming up for me while there. So you're going there for 7 weeks. Wow. All right, let's just see what we've got. So that's just under 2 months. Want to use the Tarot of Reflection, or do you want to use yours? Why don't we use your Egyptian?
Sure.
Well, let's see what we get for you.
The
That's a nice
Nefertiti.
time to spend in Italy. Oh, but gee, is it who was having problem? Was it in Italy they were having problems with water recently?
Yeah, we're doing the Egyptian deck.
With flooding and whatnot. I'm not
Venice?
sure. Yeah, Venice. So hopefully things are improving there for the Venetian people. I just wanted to say Venetian. I like Italy. I don't know why. I've never been there. Just have feelings towards it. Perhaps in a past life I have.
I recently read a Dark Shadows novel that part of it took place in Venice.
Oh, we're doing the Egyptian deck. You absolutely can. I must have read your mind when I told him to read with that. So I did
Shuffle,
not see
please.
that in the chat.
I bet.
Sardinia. Okay. I'll think about that one. Oh dear, but how long of a plane flight would that be for us here in Michigan? Probably pretty long. Do you want to tell them the sad tale, Mr. O?
I don't travel very well. I have not found the perfect medium for traveling long distances
He gets
without
a
getting
little...
ill.
Yeah, he has a little bit of the motion sickness.
And I've tried all kinds of pharmaceutical remedies, and nothing seems to work very well.
So it's always fun trying to travel anywhere, but by car we can do a lot, but we can't get to Italy by car yet.
At least I'd have some fresh air washing over my face. Okay, how am I flipping the cards here?
Okay, I think that we should just throw 3 and see what we get first off.
Ooh. Well, well,
So
well.
that's, I can't tell which one. Oh,
Oh, that's the journey, the trip.
but it's reversed. Sorry, we're going to analyze your cards and not tell you what they are. Okay, this is very interesting reading we have here.
Well, we
Go
have 3
ahead.
cards.
Yes.
The first card is the very beautiful Ten of Pentacles. And to me, that sort of signifies solidarity, wealth, money, inheritance, fortune, reflection.
The next card is the 6 of Swords reversed. And that's kind of a card that indicates travel delayed almost, or some little obstacles maybe with the trip in some way. The only other thing I could say is it could indicate that, once you're there, you're not going to want to leave. I can also
Well, I don't know
see
about
that in
that,
this
but
case.
maybe because of the
Because
value
of
of the first
that.
card, right? Just
Yeah.
like this feels like home in a way, or that just feels like a sense of belonging or
Yeah.
privilege.
Because also, I could look at it this way too, because here is the Five of Cups and it's reversed. And gee, what does the Five of Cups reversed indicate? Indicates a lot of new opportunities and adventures for you there in Italy. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like good times when it's reversed. And so I
Yeah, that's
sense
true.
that maybe I'm right about this. You may not want to leave Italy once you're there, Casey. Looks pretty good.
Well, yeah, I would just say it looks really good in a way.
Oh, yeah. I think materially it'll work out well for you. You certainly have the money to do this or resources. Also, you just will have everything's planned out well. And I think that you will feel just really good on this trip. You will feel well cared for on this trip. There may be, like I said, also with that Six of Swords, there may be some unforeseen little travel delays or difficulties.
Yeah, possibly there. I'm not sure how it's influencing the first card because I sort of feel the first card sets the tone for the whole reading.
Oh, so see? Yeah, it's interesting that it's drawn you back. So let me see what I get with the... Wow. Well, it's really interesting, Casey. Look at this. You've got the child and you've got the house. And in a way, what this tells me, because the child's about small things a little bit, it's almost as if you feel like, quite a bit at home here. That's what it's telling me, is that, you feel like maybe this is, in a way, a second home to you in some way.
Right, you say you rarely go back, but for some reason you are, and this is a 7-week trip. And I don't know if it's connected to your employment or something like that. It might be. That's the only card that tells me that maybe it's connected to some sort of money-making venture. So, excuse me. It seems you're going to really like it and maybe possibly have reasons to stay longer. I don't know. Call it home.
I see we have somebody new in the room. Kala T. Welcome. Our list is really pretty long today. It's not likely we're going to be able to read for you, unfortunately, but you feel free to stay tuned to our stream and subscribe, and hopefully we can catch you next time. But I've added you to the list just in case. You never know. That's what we have for you, and I hope that you have a great time.
You have to tell us.
Absolutely. I want all the details. And Josephine, are you with us? Because it is your turn, and I'll give the list after Josephine now. The next 5 is Brittany, Esoterics, Eleni, and blah, if you're still with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the next 5. Don't worry, everybody else. I honestly have you on the list. We have a full hour to go, so we're just going to keep things rolling.
Okay, we
the
have a question.
qualities of my first boyfriend and what is our first meeting going to be like? Oh, first dates. Kind of love that. Or first boyfriends. All right. Think of how I want to do this here. Let's throw 3 cards for what the first date is going to be like. And I'm going to see if I can't pull a Lenormand in 2 or 2 to find out the qualities of the person.
Well, do you want to do it in order? Qualities of the first boyfriend and then...
All right, then throw the
first
Lenormand.
meeting?
Let's see.
The question's phrased a little bit differently than the way you just said it.
Qualities of my first boyfriend and what is our first meeting going to be like? Okay, first meeting, not date. Got it.
Well, it's just
I
that
see.
you said that first as opposed to second.
I did, but that's because I felt the tarot would be about that.
Let's not argue.
And the Lenormand would be about that. Who's arguing?
You're just making a correction.
Uh-oh, it's our first spat on the live stream, and this is about how rough it
Hardly.
gets.
Hardly.
Little disagreements on protocol.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm even going to let you shuffle these, Lenormand. I want your energy on this one.
Okay, well, what's the Lenormand specifically asking?
It's going to be about the qualities of the person.
Okay, so this reading is about the...
You know what? I'm going to change it again.
I'm already cutting.
I know, we're already confused. But no, I'm going to open my mind to this one a little bit because I want to see what we get. It is possible the qualities of the person might show up here instead. Okay, wow. I think that's the first meeting. But
Okay.
let's see what I get here. Shuffle these, please. No cutting. We'll be with you in 1 second, Josephine. All right. This is definitely the person, okay. Whether man or woman, it reflects it. So, the qualities of the person that you are going to meet, it is showing that is the man card, but let's just say it is a significant other. So this is the person, and so the card with this person is the moon. And so the moon has a lot of meanings to it. Some people use it as a work card, and some people use it as kind of a success card, but in a different way from the sun. So I tend to think that this kind of indicates to me that this person is going to be successful in whatever line they get into, and it could be actually maybe somebody who is into performance art in some way. The moon is like that, can be about that too, I believe. So at least for me. So I'm going to go with that as being the person. At any rate, they have an interesting personality. Sometimes they're a little bit secretive. You have to draw them out a little bit to get information and things out of them. But it seems like it's going to be somebody who has a lot of creative potential behind them.
Well, I think they're a little bit shy more than secretive, and
Okay.
I think that the other thing about them is that they're not always comfortable at talking more about themselves for some reason. Like maybe they don't honestly think most people would be that interested in them. So I'm not sure why that would be.
Brittany, you're lucky you came back because you are right after the reading we're doing right now. So hang tight because you are next on the list. Okay, so now let's talk about that first meeting. And we have the 8 of Cups upright. We have the 4 of Swords reversed. And we have the 10 of Cups. That's a lot of joy.
It's
So,
very interesting.
It's very interesting reading indeed, because the 8 of Cups to me indicates that this first meeting, trying to think of is this the atmosphere of where it might be? The 8 of Cups sort of indicates that there's going to be, maybe you're moving out of your comfort zone a little bit to find this person, or might be in...
It's like it's an unlikely place
Yeah.
where you end up getting together with them.
Yeah, you move out of your normal routine. It's going to be somewhere maybe I won't say unexpected, but something a little bit different for you where you meet this person.
Because I think that's also really represented by this card too.
Indeed.
That there's a sense here of going to a place you don't normally go to, or being in a situation you're not normally in, but the result is something you didn't expect, which was a great deal of pleasure at having done that.
And
You're going to
joy.
really feel like you did make the right decision, even though you didn't feel that way.
The Ten of Cups is kind of a card of emotional fulfillment. So I feel that you're going to find this to be a really, really awesome experience. I'm glad to give you this kind of a reading. It looks good to me all the way around.
You'll have to let us know.
You'll have to let us know, Josephine. And thanks for being patient with us, everybody. And hey, guess what, Brittany? You are up. Hey, Jacob. Like a number of people here, I'm adding you to a very long list, but I'm not sure we'll be able to get to you today. But feel free to stay tuned and see what happens.
Yes, it's really a long list, and we're going to have
It's
to
amazingly long.
probably figure out how to do these a little bit quicker so we can get through them.
We will. We will. We'll
at some
find
point.
our, but we don't want to shortchange anybody anyway because we know your questions are important to you. You wouldn't be here sitting here watching us for hours otherwise. Are we that entertaining? Maybe.
Alrighty, so who are we on? We're on Brittany,
We are
right?
on. No, we did Josephine, who
It's
will
Brittany.
update us, and that's great, Brittany. Brittany,
Go ahead and
ask
give
your
us a
question
question.
now. I'm glad you're back. Come on down, because I'd hate to put you at the end of the list. I would absolutely hate that.
Okay, will they meet them soon? And sign.
Okay.
Kind of a yes or no.
Yes, it is. Let's do a yes/no for that and see if the sign comes up, and if not, we'll
Pull some
just
other
pull
cards.
one. Yeah, and see.
So Brittany, meet the future husband soon.
I'm using my Tarot of Reflections for this one. It's always nice to bring out some different decks and showcase them and play with some of my tried and true ones. Like I love this Animal Tarot I've been using from time to time. And I'll be using a Ciro Marchetti deck probably with this deck next week. Go back to good old Ciro's decks. All right.
Go ahead and you cut them and I'll put
Okay.
them back.
All right. Do you want me to count them though?
Yeah.
Or slippery. I will do it.
Go ahead and do the count.
All right.
Yes, we are having a lot of relationship questions, and we generally do. I think that's kind of the stock and trade for most readers. So that seems like the time to render that shameless plug once again that I do a weekly reading for the elemental aspects of the signs, the air signs, water signs, etc. And that's on Fridays. And that's for the week ahead. I pull several cards and I try to indicate what your emotional ups and downs are, what situations might be there that are involving relationships, but it's also too pertaining to just the emotional aspects of your life. That's on Fridays, usually around 9 o'clock, and that's a pre-recorded, so it's not a live stream.
Well, I am not getting, and you know what? As a matter of fact, didn't I say I was going to do that? Let's see if this...
Well, are they going to meet them soon?
Yes, but remember we were looking for also
The signage.
the sign, and there is no sign here in my opinion. So I drew one.
Okay.
And since we also have one in here, I think we'll go with that.
Okay, but it does look like there's a very good likelihood that you will meet the future husband soon,
Yes.
as you phrase the question.
We've got two aces here, which is a good likelihood of yes. They are reversed, so it might not be as quick as you want. It's the Ace of Cups reversed, but the Ace of Swords upright.
Well, it may just well be that you'll be the person that has to take the lead on that in a way. That's the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and that sort of says don't wait around too long. You know, the fruit may go fallow or overripe. You know, the fruit may go to seed. You gotta be a little bit of initiative there. And what do you think with this card?
I think with this card first.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I got something that is totally not Seven of Pentacles now that I think about it, but it popped into my head, Brittany, that the possibility exists that you are going to have to make a choice. That I don't know that it's going to be totally clear cut who this future husband is. In other words, there may be more than one person you will be, that might be in the picture here. I'm kind of sensing that. I'm not sure why. And so
Okay.
you have to focus and decide who would be best for you. But I am sensing the person that you will probably be settling with could very well be an air sign. We got the Four of Swords reversed here. But also because you had a sword in this reading as well, but the yes-no aspect of this, I'm looking at air signs as the possibility.
I see it as an air sign, and I guess I would have to say it would be more of a mover of an air sign. So is that a mutable?
Well,
Is it an
it could be a
Aquarius?
cardinal, actually.
Okay,
The
so
cardinal air, which one would that be?
is that Libra? I don't know. Or is it
You're
Gemini?
asking me?
Well,
I-
from an energy point of view, I think that fits a Gemini's energy more
It
than the
seems
others.
like it could be a Gemini's energy more to me, but I'm going to say probably Gemini Libra over what's the other one? It's
Aquarius.
Aquarius. I'm not sensing Aquarius.
Yes. And we will not insert our tasteless Aquarian jokes because we don't know any. We have some good Aquarian
Oh my
friends. though,
gosh.
So, of course, we
Okay,
can do
I
that.
think he's been reading too much now. The corny jokes begin.
Alrighty, so let's say that's what we got for you, Brittany, and we hope that will be helpful.
Yes. So look for that. And I would say that, like I said, it might be that you're looking for Mr. Right, Mr. Ms. Right, and that person might be there, but it might be that there might be more than one that you're going to have to really decide who you really want to spend your life with. It's nice to have options. I would say that. And esoterics, are you with us? Are you actually with us? As if you are, it is your turn.
I'm going to take a stab at using this 13 tarot. It's a dark deck, and there's not a lot of cards that have very picturesque pictures.
Okay,
I
esoteric,
love
if you
reading.
have a question, I just realized I did not draw any Lenormand for Brittany.
Okay, so what do you got
shuffle.
real quick?
Well, I have the moon and I have the tree, which to me is there might be success for you in finding this person through your family, through a family connection somehow, or maybe somebody close to you like family, that there might be some success there. You might find out something that will bring you to, an event where you will meet Mr. Ms. Right. So that's it for you, Brittany. Sorry about that. Yes, esoterics, you are here. Would you like a reading?
They've already asked.
They did.
I love reading.
Oh, okay.
And
How
I
come
have
I don't
shuffled.
see that yet? What's wrong with my chat?
It's the third one from the bottom.
Oh, there it is. I'd like to have a love reading. Aha. Okay. So we're using
You're welcome, Brittany.
This,
No?
um,
Doesn't seem like a likely deck for love.
it doesn't in a way. It's hard for me to tell which is upright and which is not. Okay, I get it now.
You
It's
sure
a
you
very-
don't want to...
It's a very gothy deck. The background even confused me.
This
I
might be
see.
for truly goth love.
So this is general love reading. Let's throw 3 cards
Thank
and
you.
see what we have for ET today. Did you shuffle?
I did.
You did.
Yes, I did.
There. I'm not used to all of this space. Our cats are really laid back today. Sorry, no kitty action today. Sorry, but not sorry because I love the space.
So that's a reversed 5 of Cups.
Can see like
reversed.
the Egyptian deck. He says the imagery is beautiful.
I like that one a lot too. This one is definitely dark imagery.
Way dark.
They're all reversed cards. This is a 5 of Wands reversed, a 5 of Cups reversed, and what is that?
That's the High Priestess reversed.
Is it the High Priestess?
Well, now.
It
Yes.
is.
Hey, this is your deck.
Well,
So, also in the process of exposing you guys to new decks, we re-expose ourselves to decks we don't use that often. So, at any rate, so you have the High Priest. Okay, so what I have to say about this CT is it's very interesting. The Five of Cups reversed indicates to me that there could be something new on the horizon. If it's in an existing relationship, it's maybe going to some new level. If this is looking for a new relationship, that is highly possible, I think.
and I get the feeling too that there's a connection between a previous one, like maybe
What?
somebody is involved there. They might have mentioned you to somebody else, and that somebody else said, "Oh, I'd like to meet that person," something like that, maybe. So there's a connection between a previous relationship, not necessarily the very last one, with the Five of Wands. Is that the Five of Wands?
Yes, it is. And it's
So-
reversed.
And it's
so
reversed.
with the-
And
Go
so
ahead.
to me, this is saying that there is some sense of a frenetic kind of activity where it's a little bit, there's a diciness, like maybe there's a game being played a little bit.
I'm going to go, no.
I think so.
His is probably very valid, but the way I'm looking at it with it reversed, I'm sensing that
That's
there's
because of
going to
that
be
one.
there's less competition or struggle as far as relationship matters go. If there have been problems, say, in an existing relationship, then there's going to be less conflict, less stress. And if this is about a new relationship, to me, this indicates that that you're going to you're going to find somebody amongst the masses of people who seems just right for you. That's what I'm seeing with that.
Even with that,
With the High Priestess reversed, that is problematic to me because what it is well, what happens when we're falling head over heels in love, either be with our partners again or with somebody else, we can maybe, let our gut feelings be damned. In other words, we kind of go with our emotion over what our intuition is trying to tell us. So always go with your gut feelings on when you make this choice and selection.
see, the reason why I said there was a game being played maybe
Okay.
is because I feel this person, the qualities of this person sort of, to me, suggest somebody who is a little bit deceptive about their true agenda or goals. And that maybe that's what's going on a little bit too, is that it's not that they're a deceptive person, but they're not comfortable being totally honest yet with you, and that there's a trust thing going on there, and it may take a while to achieve the trust level for that person. Maybe that person just has some flaws going on that they need to come to terms with. You don't see that.
No, I actually see what you're saying. It makes perfect sense. It's just not what I was feeling.
Okay.
And so I hate to tell you with the High Priestess reverse to go with your gut on this one, E.T., but maybe so. One of us is probably resonating with you more than the other right now. And that's sometimes the way it is with us. Sometimes we see eye to eye, and sometimes we see different things. So with whatever resonates with you, is probably right.
Can't they both be right?
They could both be right. It's possible.
Or, as somebody once said, you're never alone with a schizophrenic. Who knows?
Bad joke.
Bad
Anyway,
joke.
all right. We're going to do a Lenormand real quick here.
Yeah, maybe that'll
And
be
move on.
better.
What are we doing? We still have some time. We're going to keep
We
it
do,
rolling.
and hopefully we can do more. See, I think it could be both. I like to look at things that way too, that sometimes that's, well, I have a good friend who thinks I'm the most ambiguous person they've ever known because it just seems like I can embrace both concepts there. What do you got?
That's the ring,
Looks like a black hole.
and that's the star. And so to me, there is hope that
is a ring.
something is going to gel into a beautiful partnership of some sort. And since this is love, we will say that this agreement or partnership could be like tying the knot or making it official. So I think there's a lot of hope for something to develop into something strong and committed in some way, shape, or form.
And just
Positive.
because somebody
And
demanded
guess who has
it,
arrived? Hey, was it Kala? Kala wanted to meet one of the cats. We have 3 Kala, by the way. This is the one who comes the most. It's Mr. Sun. Mr. Sunny. Come here, you. And, of course, he wants to knock over all of my cards here and take up my space for shuffling and mess with me in the chat. He's good at that.
okay, so let's move on.
But he's my buddy. Okay, so that's it for you, Esoterics. I hope that helped you. And we've got, let's see, we're going to move on the list. We have Eleni now. You are up, finally, after all this time. I know you've been eager, and thanks for waiting. So now the list is, the next 5 are, after Eleni is Blah, Vicky, Gina, and Butterfly, and Edric. And we're going to keep it rolling.
Holy moly.
Meow. You're welcome, E.T. Good to see you here again.
You're welcome.
All right, so where are we? We are in Eleni.
And I'm coughing a little bit.
Just throw your question out there, Eleni, and we'll get right on it. I liked your deck. The Gothic deck. It just takes a little getting used to.
Yes.
I think probably the fewest type of decks I have are decks that are in black and white. And it's really funny. I love color because actually I dream in color. I hear a lot of people only dream in black and white. That's news to me. Especially I heard some research that most people dream in black and white. I find that hard to believe. I'm always dreaming in color.
Well, and we do have quite a collection of decks between us, so we did think that we were going to have a special several-part series on some of these decks. Hello there.
I guarantee you we will. Okay, Blah is putting his out there. All right, hang on, Blah. I'm still double-checking with person right in front of you, Eleni. Eleni, this is your last shot at it. I'm still waiting for your question.
This is a lucky kitty.
Brings magic to everything. All of our cats are really quite magical, we like to think. Oh, look it. There's fur flying in the air. It's probably on camera.
Soon to be mistaken for an orb.
Last chance, Eleni. I have to go to Blah if you do not show. I heard that a long time ago. I read that somewhere, and I found that really hard to believe. I should do some research to see if that's actually true, because I've always dreamt in color. I can't remember an instance where I've dreamt in black and white.
Okay, let's go on with Blah, apparently. Work reading.
Okay, so Blah has a work reading.
They want to know if they'll pass their probation at the current job.
That sounds like a yes-no for sure.
Alrighty.
Grab your...
Okay, Blah, here we go.
And I'll get a Lenormand.
We're going to use the beautiful Egyptian Nefertiti's tarot. We once had a cat named Nefertiti.
Nefertiti.
Nefertiti. You know, that name has so many variations throughout history.
Well, I used to call her Titi.
We used to call her Titi, short for Nefertiti.
She was an amazing cat. She was. Who ended up on our porch in another city we lived in. And
there you go.
We took her in. And we had, 16 years with her, I think.
Something like that. Go ahead and shuffle.
I know. If Sonny will let me.
He says, I'm the lucky cat. You cannot unlucky me.
There, he will show his scratching style to everybody.
You're my boy. You're my sunny boy.
Okay.
Okay,
so this is your probation period. Always a nebulous, tough time. I've been through a number of them in my job years, which are still continuing, but thankfully I am well past that in my current job. Whoop. Seriously? Are you keeping count at least?
I am. And look at that. Pulled the ace out. Right
oh my goodness. Was that 13?
It was.
And what a powerful ace that is. KC will like the look of this card, I think. It's awesome. Sorry, we have taken Sunny off camera so we can show the cards. That's it. You did it. Okay. Looks like you will.
It looks like you will. You have 2 aces. And the other card you have is the Hierophant. He's reversed, but it's still a pretty good card. It just sort of says you are a non-conformist kind of person, and so that may be the only real issue related to passing probation, is that some people may look at you and say, you're unusual, you don't fit their mold, but you did what they required you to do.
But you bring
Yes, it is a scarab.
Isn't that beautiful?
I love that card.
But you bring something to the table, and they like it. And maybe it's because, you know, of your non-conventionality that, you know.
They're treating you unfairly.
Oh.
Do you want to pull something on that?
Well, I'm going to pull the Lenormand for sure. There they are. I had to hide them from Sunny.
A nonprofit.
Well, they definitely see the unconventionality that is there. It looks like you will pass it, according to what we see right now. But let me see if anything else pops up here with the Lenormand for you. Maybe some tips or something.
And that's the Pope or the Hierophant. Alrighty.
Well, you got the tree. And you've got the fox. And the fox is often a card of, you know, a lot of people look at that as the work card in the Lenormand. So it's interesting it came up in your work reading. And what I would say is that it may indicate, because the tree is about health and good health. And I tend to think that it's going to turn out okay. You'll have to see. I hope I'm right about this for you. But I'm really getting the sense that it's going to turn out okay.
Yeah, I feel hopeful there too. And I think the other thing too is that to me the fox card represents cleverness. And so the thing is that you're a pretty clever person, and probably you're just going to have to try to stay one step ahead, but represent yourself in an appropriate way. Don't let them get the better of you, you know, temper-wise, things like that.
Yeah, you know, this might be an environment where you're going to have to stay on your toes, obviously, as the fox can also indicate. But the tree, to me, with roots, it seems like it's a place you could settle in. However, you know, in the future, you'll have to decide if this is just a stepping stone to something else, and maybe there's something better for you out there. But for now, I think you're going to go through okay.
It's what it looks like.
It's what it looks like. So hang in there, and I hope we're right about that for you, Eleni. Or Blah. I'm sorry.
Good luck, Blah.
Sorry, I didn't cross Eleni off the list. I had to do that, so Eleni's way at the bottom now.
All right, who's next?
Okay. Vicky, you are up. You are next. And after Vicky, we have Gina, Butterfly, Edric, Alexa, and Mimi. So that's the next on the list.
Okay, Vicky says general reading for the week,
this
please.
week. We can do that. Okay.
Yes, we'll use the amazing tarot cards. I'm really enjoying using these cards because like I mentioned before, I haven't used them a whole lot, and I'm not sure why, because I'm getting pretty good readings with them.
Yeah,
they are
they're
really
beautiful
really
too,
beautiful.
Obviously, they're just
so
gorgeous.
thank you everybody for your nice compliments. And this is a general reading for the week. I have shuffled.
All right.
Do you want to just do 3 cards for the week?
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
And then we'll see if the Lenormand give us a focus.
And once again, that's the Nefertiti's Tarots. I believe it's still in print.
Is it U.S. Games?
It's
Lo
Scarable.
That's right. That's right.
It's Lo Scarable. I'm pretty sure it's still in print. They are beautiful.
And let's see what we got. Okay.
Cups reversed.
Four of Cups reversed, the King of Wands reversed. Well, you had to jinx by saying you were getting no reversals, and now they're all reversed. What is that one? The King of Pence. Okay, well, the week ahead shows that there is definitely a feeling of, oh, this is reversed. Well, it just seems as though you're getting back into the swing of things maybe after this last weekend. I don't know. It seems like there's going to be a lot of activity for you. But also there's going to be, how would you like to handle that?
Okay, well, this is about maybe making decisions between some choices, and maybe the choices are represented by
People.
or situations that fall into two different camps. One of those is more like somebody that maybe you're wondering whether or not they really are trustful to you, if they really embody a sense of trust.
And that would be which one?
This one.
Okay, yeah.
The other one is somebody that maybe you're also wondering if you can trust them, but this is more about emotional matters, the reverse King of Cups. Maybe somebody who you feel has not been honest to you on emotional levels, whereas opposed the King of Wands is somebody who maybe it's a little bit more about friendships or growthful things, work-related things, co-partners, things like that. So you may be thinking you have to learn that, or you have to study that more and come up with the right decisions there, because you may have to place your trust in them, and you want to make sure there's a good understanding between everybody.
Well, on a personal level, also, I would say that it seems like taking up a lot of your time this week is going to be some enterprise or pursuit, and it could be something you're emotionally attached to in some way, if there's some project or thing that you're working on. But I would suggest to you to don't get obsessive about it. Take some time out to do some other things to replenish your energy and spirit. Don't get bogged down in the details of a project or thing that you're working on, even if it is a relationship. Do something outside of that, because I feel like too much time spent on it could cause stresses and things to happen.
And I get the feeling too that maybe there is a level of stress here that's coming from the
Yeah.
fact that maybe somebody is trying to advance you making the decision. So maybe this is a decision where somebody else is trying to say, come on, hurry up, we need you to make this decision. And you're not ready yet. You haven't finished studying it yet.
Time out. On my clock here, it says it's 333.
Oh my.
One of those magic numbers, so I happened to see that, so I had to interrupt this reading.
So don't
for
be
that.
pushed around if you need more time to study that situation, because I get the feeling that time is on your side with that. And I think Banshee wants to pull a Lenormand now for that.
Yes, Vicki, I'm going to see what else I've got here.
It could be. It seems like there's delays here and there's more time to think, but then it's going to be rushed at some point.
Well, it's kind of interesting, too, because I have the fox, and I have the clouds. So I don't know if there's anything going on in the workplace or work environment, but there is some gloominess or uncertainty connected with a project or something, or maybe even a person who you're not really sure about. You have a lot of questions about them. They aren't.
It's a depressive kind of personality that may have shown up in either a situation that embroiders upon your friendly circle, or maybe just the friendly chitter-chat kind of grouping of people in a office situation, where maybe it's the kind of person that comes and goes and they're always bringing a little bit more of a depressive quality because they only talk about themselves or that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and the fox is kind of crafty and sneaky, though, so that's why I'm thinking to myself, too, you might be obsessing or depressed a little bit, trying to think exactly what is on this person's mind. What are they really thinking? Are they showing you the real them?
And we notice that Isha is here. We're not sure if we're going to have room to get
No,
to
I'm
everybody on our
afraid
list. It's a pretty long
not.
list.
I'm pretty clear on that, but feel free to stay for the live stream. And sorry we can't get to you today because we're in our last half hour now, so we're going to keep hustling
We
here.
will be on again Thursday
So-
at 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, Gina, are you still watching football and here with us on the stream? Didn't think I caught that in the live stream? I did. So you are up.
Gina?
Yes.
All right.
And if Gina's not here, we'll move on in a few minutes. I know we have less people in the stream right now, so it's possible some of the people on the list have left. So I have written Evanisha's name down, but the likelihood we're going to fit everybody in today is not good.
Okay, so
see.
Gina is probably
Okay.
en route, so we may have to pass on them.
Because of the snow. Okay,
Ooh.
Casey, thanks
Yeah,
for
and
that update.
thank you for that. I had heard that there were some areas
Really
further
getting
Midwest from
hammered.
us that are really getting hammered.
Yeah.
We're so lucky right now.
Okay, so we're going to move on from Gina. Unless
I hope
she
it does,
suddenly
Vicki. Thank you for
surfaces.
saying that.
Hey, Butterfly, you are next.
Oh, is she coming
Oh,
back?
is she coming back?
Well,
Well, hang on, Butterfly. We're just going to give Gina one more chance.
there is no tarot card for snowstorms.
Yes, there is. I'm sure there must be. It might be the,
So, Khalil, I have this one here. It's the Fool.
home before the live stream finishes. Well, all right then.
All right, we'll see what
We'll go on to
happens.
Butterfly. Hey, Butterfly, are you with us? If you are, this is your moment. If not, we will move on. After Butterfly is Edric, Alexa, Mimi, and Voices of Healing. And I think that's where we're going to have to stop today. That's where I put the cutoff line earlier because we're getting close to the end.
So, Butterfly A, if you're there.
One more chance, Butterfly.
Thanks, Vicki. Appreciate
Vicki.
you dropping in.
Absolutely, and sticking with us. There you
Okay,
are.
Butterfly.
So, Butterfly, throw out your question right now. You are up.
There's another deck that has the exact same art, less the gold gilting, and I can't remember the name of it. It's
General.
probably Egyptian tarot of some sort, but it's very similar. It's literally exactly the same. I love this one too,
Okay, we're doing a general reading.
the Wheel of Fortune.
Awesome.
We're going to do it with your deck?
Yes, we are. We'll do it with the animal deck. I think it is a little bit more vibrant than the reflections deck, but I did want to bring that one out for this
excuse me.
time of year. And then the metamorphosis deck we'll try around Yule. All right. So a general reading for Butterfly.
All right.
I think this is going to be reflective of the next 3 months in general. See what's going on around you. It could go up to 3 months, let's just say. It's not necessarily, but maybe some things might take up to 3 months to play out. We'll get a better idea in a minute. Okay. All right. A couple of interesting things here right now. We have the Two of Swords upright. The Hierophant is back in my deck now this time, and it is reversed.
Like it was for me.
Like it was for you. And this time we have the Five of Cups, but it is upright. And that came up in yours as well, I think.
Yeah.
So basically, this is a time, I think right now, it is the holidays and we can kind of get introspective a little bit and sometimes dwell on some of the things we've lost or had to leave behind as opposed to, what we still have remaining. So as you reflect this holiday season on where you've been and the things that you have gone through, Don't think just on the losses and defeats. Think about all the wonderful things that have happened too. Because right here it shows there's not just empty cups, there are full cups. Full cups of pleasure and joy that you have experienced. And I kind of sense this is kind of a card that a lot of us might be experiencing around this time of year. Right now, though, it's also saying this would be a good time in the next 3 months to step outside yourself a little bit and shake up your world, do things a little bit differently, maybe radically different. Try to do some things that challenge you in some ways.
And I'm getting one of my flashes, and I'm thinking there's something you want to share with somebody. Maybe you want to share it with several people. It sort of goes to the realm of a secret, but it's not really a secret. It's just something about yourself that you haven't always felt comfortable sharing with people. And I feel that to some degree you've been grappling with that and thinking you need to shake it up, as Banshee said, and maybe talk about this to more people. And I do feel that if you do that, you do feel you're taking the risk of maybe some people really not understanding this thing about you and maybe wanting to have more distance. But I think it's important for you to consider at least that idea there. And I think that this is something that maybe the holidays, the mood of the holidays might bring over you.
Right now, too, it looks to me as though there's just a stalemate or not a lot has been happening or rocking your world. I think that this is kind of a status quo kind of card, but I get the feeling that that is about to change for you. And either by steps that you are taking yourself, by doing things a little bit differently, exploring some ideas and things that maybe have been foreign to you in the past, but to just be a little bit exploratory and challenging and step outside yourself a little bit might be a good thing at a time when you might be dwelling on, more of the somber things in the past. And let me draw a couple Lenormand for you. I've already shuffled them a little bit, I think. I'm going to give them a little more. Okay, we have, seems like somebody, you have the bear and you have the dog. And to me, this might be indicative of a strong female friend presence. She's somebody who's could be like a mama bear type person, very protective of you, somebody who seems to have your best interests at heart. This is somebody who's going to be very influential to you in this time period here. So, a very positive influence for you.
Yeah, I think this is the person maybe you should start with. If there is something that really you need to talk about, maybe it's not so much about what you share that you haven't shared before. Maybe it's really about just trying to receive advice and be aware of other people too, because I get the feeling with this person is this mama bear person, this loyal friend, is that this is the person maybe you need to have some closer conversations with over the holidays.
Yeah. So, very good. And it's good to have an influence like that around you, especially at this time. So, that's what we have for you right now, Butterfly. So, good luck with the months ahead. It seems like most of this reading, though, I think is more for the present leading into the new year. So, it might be the next 2 months, really, December, January, as opposed to playing out in 3. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Hey, Edric, you are up. And after Edric is Alexa, Mimi, Voices of Healing. So, Edric, what you got for us? You want to use your deck again? In 5 years. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to leave this kind of open-ended with 3 cards to see what's coming in 5 years, but if I see a progression, like I think some of it might be happening sooner, I will let you know.
You're welcome.
You are very welcome. And thank you. And that's a good segue into me reminding people that on Facebook and Twitter, starting later today, I will be posting past holiday poems that I used to send in everybody's Christmas and Yule cards. Because, of course, I have friends that straddle, the Catholic tradition that I was raised in, and, my pagan and witchy friends as well. So we try to cover all of our bases because guess what? We like a good holiday and celebration. So, if I have 2 at this time of year to celebrate, Christmas, New Year's, well, 3, and Yule, all the better.
It doesn't look like Kayla's on your list.
Kayla?
They're asking.
I saw
Or they're
them.
way down on the
Kayla
list.
was way down on the list, and you were after Voices of Healing, which is where we put the cutoff line, and I did suggest that we were not going to probably get past Voices of Healing today, Kayla. And Vera, you're also on that list, but further down, and so we're just not going to have time to get to everybody beyond Voices of Healing. And basically, after Voices of Healing, the list was Entity of Light, Vera, Ave Maria, who had left us, and I didn't know if she came back, Kayla, Jacob, Eleni, and then Isha.
3
Just
cards.
so
right?
many today. Yes. The 3 of Wands reversed is one of the cards. Oh my. And he has just laid on them all. So we have the 3 of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Wands reversed.
7 of coins.
And we have the 7 of Coins reversed. So 5 years from now, it seems to me that there might be a little bit of a reversal of fortune with business with you or jobs. I get this kind of strongly. So it might be a time where you will be seeking out something new and exploring your options.
There is a look of a change of direction here, and I'm actually wondering too if there's something like a several-year program, a 5-year program, a several-year program of apprenticeship or study of some sort that takes you into the new direction. Because I sort of feel like maybe there is something that is sort of in a holding pattern and then it isn't. It sort of moves into its full-fledgedness. So the holding pattern seems to suggest apprenticeship or learning, education of some sort. And I also feel too that there is a change of direction, and also that it's possibly influenced by, no,
Whoa.
I saw you. He was reaching for that glass. He wanted to knock it over. You bad boy.
You don't have your other table today, right? Here, you
No.
want me to put it on mine for now?
Yeah. And he kind of disrupted my flow of thought there too. But look at him.
I know.
Bad boy.
He says, enough with your live stream.
Do you want to pick it up at all?
Well, I really sense that this is really more a 5-year thing. It is not something that is happening right away. At least that's my sense, but it is building up to that point. And it just seems to me that there's if not a dissatisfaction, that you're just going to be ready for something else, some new direction. And it seems to be a job, career, more than anything to me, or maybe creative pursuits rather than relationships.
And I get the feeling too that maybe there's going to be some sort of changeover in some of your social life, and that maybe if there are specific friends that are involved in your line of work or in the general line of work there, that you, with this move over to something different, you may lose some of those, or they may not move along with you as friends, or you may just find out some things about them that might make you decide you're moving into a new circle of friends.
So with the Lenormand, I drew the Moon card, which can also be business success, and the Tree card. I don't know if you work for the health industry, but that is a possibility when I see this, that there could be success there for you. But on another level, I also see this as indicating that your health is going to be really great in 5 years from now, very strong. I believe that, maybe you'll uncover some secrets or information about yourself that will make you a healthier person. excuse me. And also, this could indicate as well, as far as it goes, that a shift, if you do make a shift or change in direction as far as career or creative pursuits go, it will have, I think, long-term success for you. It's something that you'll really be able to get off the ground and grow into something bigger.
It kind of makes me feel what I'm indicating too is that something sort of will give you a pause to reconsider, some sort of break, and moving into something that will take a few years to kind of set up and move forward. But I do feel like what Banshee's saying there too is that there's growth and success with that. You just have to be willing to put in the time there.
Okay, so that's what we have for you today, Edric. So wishing you the best.
Thank you, Edric.
And hey, we have Alexa. Alex A. Is it Alex A? Or Alexa? With a capital A? If you are there, it is time for your question.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome. We'll give Alexa a moment. Or Alex A. And then after Alex will be Mimi, Voices of Healing. And that'll be a day. We might have to go into a little overtime to fit that in. Okay, Alex, one more time. Just say yes, you're there if you're formulating your question, just so we know.
So our producer went ahead and made some new backgrounds for us, and they're kind of like wintry and a little bit of animation with the snow falling there. So those are kind of cute. And I'm going to show a new one right now. Let's see.
We'll give Alex one more moment.
And that one shows our Facebook page.
Aw, that does look nice.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Good job,
He does
Monster.
such a great job. Monster Hunter, we love you. All right, let me go back and see. Is Alex there? Nope. Going once.
All right.
Going twice. We're moving on. Hey, Mimi.
Okay, Mimi. If you are with us.
If you are with us, now's your time. You had to grab a cough drop. I don't know what's hitting me, but something was bothering me.
Yeah, I have a couple more here.
Hey, Mimi.
Well, we're going to breeze through our list if this keeps happening.
We might. Mimi. Going once. Going twice. Usually Mimi is pretty quick to respond, so if I don't hear something in a second, we will move on.
Okay.
Okay, Voices of Healing, are
Voices
you with
of
us?
Healing.
We made it to you. If you're there, it is your turn to ask a question. Well, we might be able to add a couple people down on the list then.
We'll see.
I'm willing to do that because people are so patient. We'll just see who's here.
I think we're going to start moving faster. So Voices of Healing or Entity of Light.
Which one of you will answer first?
Voices of Healing or Entity of Light.
Well,
okay.
and for those who waited and did not get on, we apologize. You know, we are trying to do
We appreciate
the best
everybody
we can.
being patient and understanding that we do try to do things in order. With that having been said, it looks like Vera.
Entity of Light is not answering either. Okay, hey Vera, your lucky day if you're still here. Which I saw you were there a moment ago.
Don't come back
you
after
were
we
added,
move on.
actually. You were added much earlier, so... So it looks like we will do this now. Vera, if you are here, you can ask a question. I think Ave Maria, are you still here? I know you bopped back in briefly. Going once on Vera now. Going to up. Oh no. Casey is referring to something on Twitter. I said, yes, I actually used to tap dance as a kid. It's probably the only thing I could do right, but I am just not a dancer, as he well knows.
We'll be back in another moment with another stunning tap dance by Banshee Shadow Wolf after these messages from Oberon's Karma Polish. Boom, boom.
Okay, Vera is not answering either now. So, okay, and neither is Ave. So let's see, Kala. Hey, are you there, Kala? You were there a minute ago too, so if you are there, you can get a reading. We're going into close to overtime now, but we'll get you in.
Nobody likes us in the last few minutes.
People gave up. You know, they were on the bottom. Who knew that everybody left?
We have to consider how this works and finding a way right from the beginning to have a more measured approach.
Well, it'd be even worse is if I did a song and dance because I can't sing well either. But I love to sing. That's the problem, as he well knows that too.
Well,
but I sing in the car. And there's no escaping that. Okay, let's see. Maybe I should just ask, since Kala has not answered either, who is left? There was Jacob, Eleni, and Isha. Wait, did we do Eleni? No, we didn't. We had to cross her off, right? And
I don't remember.
Are any of you left? And if not, we might just call it a day because it is that time. Just about. So anyway,
let's run through a few more messages. I'll be back next week with corrected view of my emotional exchanges, the pretty pink backgrounds that I like to use, and there'll be more soul stories.
My Material Matters is still in production, so that's going to be another week or two off. I keep postponing that, but it will happen. And also a soul story is popping out in December as well. And I think it was KC who asked what kind of gambler am I? Well, I do play the lottery, and I do have a lottery success story to share. But I would love to hear people's opinions on how this happened and why, and at least because I have a certain impression on how I made this happen. I made it happen. I really believe that. And you'll just have to hear the story to find out more.
I'm leaning away from you.
And then the other things we are doing is we are going to have a new, it's a monthly reading. It's going to start in 2020. Not going to give it all away yet, but it's not going to start at the beginning of the month either. And that's the only clue I'm going to give you. And you'll just have to wait for further details on that. There'll be videos that we will be sharing on YouTube.
There was a way that somebody I know who used to also play numbers like this one over here, they had a way of kind of creating a pattern, and it gave them kind of an idea of numbers. And I remember I showed it to you once. Do you remember that? When I worked at that one company back in Troy? Yeah. So maybe we can rustle that up and try to show that.
Tips on the lottery winning. Well, I wish I knew. A lot of this stuff is, like I said, it has to do a lot with synchronicity and signs and omens, or sometimes, I think the will plays a role, not just in lottery wins, but in other lucky occurrences that happen in our lives. I don't think we give that enough credit sometimes. So, if I had the answers to the real big lottery wins, believe me, I think I would be live streaming in a more opulent setting than this one.
Yes.
So it hasn't happened yet, KC, but some of the stuff that has happened has been pretty amazing. By any stretch of the imagination. Everybody thinks I'm pretty darn lucky from what they tell me.
We'll just have to leave it at that,
yes,
I guess.
Yes, we're going to have to leave it at that today, I guess. So thanks, everybody who tuned in. And for all those who didn't get a reading today, I hope we can get you in next time. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.